Just going to be using this because this is what I have open right now. So if you're going to take it out with a spoon, use a plastic spoon because it can react to metal spoons. Or any metal, you don't want metal in your head. So I just eyeball the amount that I need. A lot of people do henna mixed in with different oils and stuff like that. I just do henna and water. Just put a little bit at a time. What you're looking for is a paste consistency. Nothing too thick, nothing too liquidy, or else it could just run all over your face. I'm just going to mix it up. Now, depending on the henna, you have to let this sit for at least 30 minutes. Some say a couple hours, and some people actually leave it overnight before they apply this on the head because you have to give it time for the dyes to release. But for this one, I'm just going to let it sit for 30 minutes. And if you find it's a little too liquidy, you could always add a little bit more of the henna to thicken it up a little bit. Or if it's too thick, just add a little water. Okay, so this is the consistency that I like mine to be at. Not too thick, not too thin. So, just gonna let this sit room temperature for 30 minutes and I'll be right back to apply it in my head. Okay, it's been a little over 30 minutes. So what you want to do is just give it a quick stir before you apply it onto your hair.
Totally all up in your business, but I'm just showing you guys my grays. The last time I did henna was probably at the end of April. So it's still there. It's kind of permanent. It's just not as vibrant as it used to be. But this is just the before shot, before the henna application. And now I'm just going to apply it, alright? And yeah.
Hi. So before you begin, you might want to have a pair of gloves. You could put some newspaper on the floor or some towels. I don't really do it because I'm lazy and I don't really have that problem of having mess everywhere. If you have some henna that falls on the counter, you want to wipe it quickly because it has a tendency of staining your stuff. When you do this, you're going to want to have fresh, clean, shampooed hair. Mine's kind of everywhere. Ooh, did that rhyme? Did that rhyme? Anyways, but I just shampooed my hair, no conditioner. That's how I've been doing it, really. So I'm just gonna start speeding it up. To mention that a lot of people like to go on their hairline and their ears and the back of the neck with some Vaseline so that it won't stain as much, but I don't really care if it gets on my skin, so if you want to do that, you can do that. I don't care. At this point, you could put a shower cap on or a little garbage bag. And I usually let this sit for like 4 hours before I wash it out. And I just wash it out with shampoo. I just go in with shampoo once and then I condition my hair. Walmart bag on my head. I put this on because it helps keeping the henna moist and wet rather than if you don't have this on, it'll just dry. And I feel like, personally, the longer it's wet, the more color deposit you will have. I don't know, I could be crazy, but that's what I do. So that's why I like to keep this on. So yeah. Okay, so I'll be back in like 4 hours. Alright guys, see you then.
Okay, this is the results of the henna. Usually if you have lighter hairs, you'll see the difference in color right away. But if you have darker hair, you'll usually see a little tint of redness in the sunlight. But yeah, this is pretty much it. it makes your hair nice and shiny and beautiful. Yeah. After a few days, it'll kind of oxidize and not be so bright in your face, the gray hairs at least, so yeah.
So I'm gonna be using Henna Naturals, the indigo powder. I got this off Amazon. This is the first time I'm using it, so I believe you could just mix this up and then use it right away without waiting. Like 30 minutes, like henna. Just like the henna mixture, I'm gonna use warm water and then try to get a little paste consistency. This thing is saying like ketchup consistency, which is weird, but I guess that's what you're going for. So I'm just gonna put a little at a time and mix it up. Now a lot of people do this in one step where they put half henna, half indigo powder, but I don't think you'll get the same dark results. I never did this before, so I'm just gonna do it the way the box says to do it. Henna first and then do indigo powder. I'm just hoping my gray hairs will kinda, you know, not be as orange. So this is what mine looks like. It's not too thick, not too liquidy, so that it will just like slip and slide all over your face. Okay, I'm just gonna apply this in my hair just like the henna, so yeah. Cover my head again, and then you're gonna let this sit for about, I think they said the minimum was 90 minutes and up to 3 hours or more. I think I'm gonna do probably around 3 hours. And then I'm just gonna shampoo and condition my hair and I'll be back with the results.
So these are the results. So I'm going to quickly say it now because I didn't get to say it before, but to make this last a little bit longer, use a color treated shampoo and conditioner so that it won't fade as fast, maybe. Because, I mean, like, probably about a week later, I mean, it's still dark, but the orange starts to show just a tiny bit, but barely noticeable. But I notice everything. But, you know, if you don't wash your hair every day, then you probably don't have to worry about it as much.
So this is the result. My hair right now is at the ugly length, right? So I don't know how to style it. This is what I'm working with right now. Anyways, henna is from a plant where they dry the leaves and then they crush it and all that stuff to turn it into a powder. You could use henna for your hair. People use it to dye their nails or the henna tattoos. I've been putting henna in my hair probably for 6-7 years. I do it because I have a lot of gray hair in this area and it turns it like orange, copper. It's a natural dye that doesn't damage your hair and all that stuff. It actually helps your hair. There's so much henna on the market, but you just got to be careful. You want to read the ingredients. Make sure you're not getting henna that has like metallic compounds in your head, because you don't want that in your hair. But there's so many benefits from using henna. I use it to color my grays, and if you have dark hair, it'll just give your hair like a reddish tint in the sun. You might want to avoid it if you have highlights, if you don't want your highlights to change to more of a coppery color. They say brown, but it's totally orange. A lot of people don't like the smell of henna. I personally don't mind it. I guess maybe because I've been using it for years. I actually think it smells good. Unlike indigo, which we'll get to later, it kind of smells eh. Because usually when you put henna in your hair, the smell will kind of linger in your hair for a few days. So the benefits of using henna in the hair is that it'll kind of make your hair stronger. So you won't have as much breakage. Could also reduce or aid, prevent, whatever, dandruff if you have that problem. It kind of makes your hair feel a little bit thicker, but I started using it because I wanted to get rid of some of my grays, and also because I heard that it could help make your hair grow a little bit faster. If not faster, it just helps your hair grow. I don't know. I just use it. This could be a benefit or not, depending what you're looking for, but it can loosen your curls, and just beware of that. But basically, the henna will just smooth out the hair cuticle, I guess giving the hair a more shiny appearance. I don't know. When you use henna, a lot of people like to mix their henna with like oils and stuff like that, because usually if you just use henna and water alone, it'll just kind of make your hair feel a little dry or some kind of weird stiffy feeling. But I don't really mind that because eventually after a few washes it goes away and back to normal. But you could go in with some oil treatments, like put some coconut oil or olive oil after your henna treatment, or maybe you could just mix it in with your henna. I just do straight up henna and water. So you could usually find henna in your local Indian, maybe Asian markets, or you could even buy it on Amazon. So that's actually where I bought my indigo powder. A couple brands I would recommend for henna is the one that I just used. I think the first henna I ever used was Reshma henna. It's like a yellow box with a lady on it. I did buy another brand. I never tried this before, but it's Henna Naturals Pure Henna. I got this one off Amazon. This is the indigo powder I also got from the same brand. On to indigo. This is the results that I got from it. They say it's best to use henna first and then follow it up with indigo. A lot of people like to mix half and half to make one step application, but I just followed the box because it's the first time I use indigo powder, and I like it because all of my grays are now black. And there's usually a lot of grays right here, and now you can't even see it. So, because with henna alone, it'll just make the grays orange. It's just that. It's just that. So I'm really happy with my results. The only difference is I think henna is more of a permanent dye. It'll slowly fade, but is usually always there. But I think they say that indigo washes out after a while. So either way, it's all natural, so it's good for your hair. I forgot to mention that henna is like a protectant of your hair. So it's like it coats around your hair strands, and it's like a protectant, basically. So that's what I like. And if you guys like that video, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.